Okay, let's talk about exit strategy. Now this is actually a spin-off of purpose, but I wanted to do this in its own right because it's justified as a whole little blog in its own right. So do you have an exit strategy? Now think about that question for a moment, because I ask this question a lot in CEO forums and management forums, and very few people put their hands up in the room. So don't panic. If you don't have one, it's normal. But understand that you need to have one. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I'm never going to exit my business, it's fine, I don't want to sell it, then think again, because we will all exit our businesses. The question is whether or not you exit in a box or not, because we're all going to die. Now, here's the kicker. The very thing you're probably building your business towards, the very purpose of why you exist, which is to leave a legacy potentially for the family and the people behind, is the very reason that if you do not have an exit strategy in place, when you die, you're going to leave a nightmare behind for the people that you care about. Now, I know this pretty hard because my father actually left a bit of a wake after he passed on, because he didn't leave any succession planning in his wake. So I know what it's like to pick up the baton of a shitty inheritance. So I encourage you to think this through properly. Now, exit can come in different guises. It might be that you want to sell, and that's fine, and be clear on it. If you do want to sell, understand how much you want to sell for and when, and then we build a strategy to that. It might be that you actually just want to have a choice to exit at some point. You're not sure yet, but you might want to in future years. So let's just build a business so you can. And the third one is a lot of people just want to, it's a lifestyle business, they want to just extricate themselves slowly over time. And then again, it comes back to the choice to exit. But here's the thing, the very time when you do want to exit, if you don't start planning for it now, you won't be able to. Unfortunately, I've come across this situation too many times. Recently, a company approached me. They wanted to exit, they wanted to sell, they're very clear. One of the guys was in his early 60s and he was on the way out. The trouble is he built the wrong company over the last 30 years. The company, 70% was one client. He was the company. The people around him who also wanted to exit was the company. They couldn't exit because they had nothing to exit. Now, in 3 years' time, we can put that back together and put the strategy in place to enable them to do that. But if they'd have thought of that 3 to 5 years ago, they could be out now doing what they want to do. So let's build a business which is exit ready. By doing that, first of all, I challenge you to think about what exit looks like. Is it that you want to exit yourself? Is it that you want to sell? Or do you want to have the choice to do things later on, just in case things change? Or you might want to, if you're the serial entrepreneur, you want to be able to exit this one so you can set up the next one. Maybe that's a sale, maybe that's a keeper. It's up to you. Once you've made that clear decision on what exit should look like, then we map the strategy around that. Now this comes in different guises. If you want to exit yourself, we've got to start replacing yourself slowly through the business, bringing in management team, bringing in leadership team. So what can you do to slowly extract yourself from the business? What can you give up now? What can you delegate out? Who do you need within your business? You probably need to start recruiting. Management is typically lacking in most mid-sized businesses. So think about what you need to do. Think about what exit looks like for you and how you're going to map your strategy towards that.